Alrighty, day 37. Apparently this is my spot because I can prop my phone up and there's good lighting. I might move somewhere else, but I'm gonna stick with this. I'm overwhelmed. There's just so many things in my brain. So many things I keep having to think through that are not the practical, hands-on getting things done. With the kids in the house and just all of our day-to-day dynamics, it's hard to get things done. So yeah. Jesus, I need help. There's a lot of things, and I feel maxed and overwhelmed, and trying to keep myself kind with my kids. And on a few days of the week, Addie has she goes to preschool, and those days I definitely can get more done. But on a day like today, it's a Monday and she's home and everybody's home, and thankfully it's nicer outside and they can play outside some, but yeah, I'm mentally stretched thin. I woke up this morning, took a shower, and called American Airlines at 7:30 this morning. I don't know, it's before 8 o'clock, because I was trying to get a shorter wait time. And I called on the weekend and it was an hour. So this morning it was only 5 minutes. Amazing. So I got to talk to the American Airlines, and I got a request put in for the bassinet, because apparently you can get a bassinet for your lap child. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And they put a request in for that, and the needed seat changes that would happen, because there's only a certain place you can sit to use the bassinet. So that's in the system. I'll have to just see what happens day of, because they can't actually guarantee any of that, but it's in the system that I want that. I've requested that, so that's awesome. I asked about the upgrade, from basic economy or adding bags, and the answer is a hard no. I bought the cheapest fare, so I can't change anything, which I'm not surprised by. I was like, okay, maybe they'll be favored, but no, it's just a hard no. So if we don't come back on the 20th of May, we will be just losing those tickets. Maybe we will be coming back. So I don't know, but if we don't, I can't change them, and I can't upgrade any of my bags. I can't even add bags online. I have to go to the counter to add any checked bags. So I spent a good amount of time this morning just kind of thinking through some of that, because we are flying this international flight from Austin through Dallas to Sao Paulo, but then we have to get on a domestic flight with a different airline. So it was a lot of little things trying to figure out, the weights and all of the things, and how I can so if I take everybody's everybody's carry-on bags, and I max them out, then I up to 50 pounds, and I can pay for those as checked bags for the domestic flight, because I only get up to 25 pounds if I want to carry them on in the domestic flight, and I think it's probably not worth it. So anyways, lots of things to think through. I want to bring my guitar, so I'm thinking through that logistically, how we're going to get all this luggage to the airport. Anyways, so somewhere between calling the airline and some of the other digging I was doing, just going through all the details about how much things weigh and how much the things cost and stuff like that, I did my reading. And today we were in Mark, and Mark 6, and it's when Jesus is sending out his disciples. And he says, let me see where it is. Mark 6, it says, and he gathered his 12 disciples and imparted to them his authority to cast out demons. Crazy. And then he sent them out in pairs with these instructions: take only your staff and the sandals on your feet, no bread, no knapsack, no extra garments, and no money. In whatever house you enter, stay there until you leave the area. Whatever community does not welcome you or receive you, leave it behind, and as you go, shake the dust off of your feet as a testimony against them. And I'm not like trying to over spiritualize, but I felt the Lord was like, hey, like, do you trust me? Like, we're not obviously going with nothing, but I think we're supposed to just take our checked bag, our carry-ons. Like I could like, oh, let's just add all these hundreds of dollars worth of, checked bags to add on. And because, I don't know if we're coming back and when we're going to be back. And, I feel like we're supposed to go with what we have. And he knew the flights that I was going to buy. And, yeah, there's like real fear of like an anxiety of like, what if I don't take something I need and things are more, it's not that I can't buy things in Brazil, but quality is different. And that sense of regret of, oh, I should have brought this. And so, like, I think I'm like really like, wow, can I live without? Can I live with less? Can I trust that he like will clothe us? Like, I'm not taking clothes, but I'm going to take a limited amount of things. And, it's just, I feel it. It's like pushing on my trust. And then the second chapter in Mark today was Mark 7, where he feeds the 5,000 with the 5 loaves and the 2 fish. And then right after he feeds the 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish, it's the story where Jesus walks on water and they're out in the lake and they're afraid and they see Jesus and they're freaking out. And but the very last sentence in that story is that he came closer and climbed into the boat, and immediately the wind became still, and they were completely and utterly overwhelmed with astonishment because they failed to learn the lesson of the miracle of the loaves, and their hearts were unwilling to learn the lesson. And so I just feel like the Lord's like, hey, like I'm gonna provide, and he has provided. I could tell stories of supernatural, incredible, extravagant provision that he's done in the past. And the highlight that I feel on that is that he doesn't just provide to meet the need in the moment. He provides to instill principles of the kingdom that he can provide, that we do not have to live in fear. We do not have to live in anxiety. So I need that. I want to be receptive. I want to learn the lesson. I don't want to just receive the provision. I want to learn the lesson. But I do not need to be afraid, and I don't need to be anxious. And even in my mind where I'm feeling overwhelmed by all the things that have to get done, like I can just breathe and be like, okay, what am I going to get done today? And be patient. And I was doing a puzzle this morning with the kids. Just we got a puzzle, and if we don't do it, we're not going to have ever done it. And I'm just going to have had this cool puzzle that we never did. And so I was doing a puzzle with the kids for a little bit this morning and trying to be present. And so yeah, I just want to be able to take it one step at a time. Do what I can do, but not even in the practical thinking through of logistics that, oh, it's just all going to pile up and I'm not going to get it done. And the last few weeks are going to be so intense, or the last 2 weeks or whatever. Just like take it a day at a time, take it a chunk at a time. Today I figured out a lot of stuff about baggage. I'm going through all their paperwork. I might do a little like time lapse of going through all the paperwork for the passport. I might do a separate video altogether, maybe tomorrow morning. That'll be maybe tomorrow's video, just going through all the paperwork that I need for their passports. And that's tomorrow. And then I'm going to Houston. So just taking it a day at a time, and believing that there's enough grace, not just that there will be enough provision, but there's also enough grace, a provision of grace for today. I don't have to function in like poverty or orphan spirit of like, I'm not gonna have enough. What if I miss something? What if we don't bring something we need? Or I can just trust him. Like, not just like, okay, I'm trusting like for then, but also like, oh, let me learn the lesson of the kingdom, that I can be at rest. And I have a faithful Father who is stewarding my family well, who's stewarding us well, who's leading us well. So I'm feeling intention of that today, more than I have the last few days. So yeah, that's where we are today. Tomorrow we go to Houston, so tomorrow that will be a little more hands-on. Maybe I'll take a couple of videos and learning how to edit videos and maybe squish them together. So I might do like a time lapse, getting all the paperwork. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we do. I'm learning how to video things because I feel like the Lord's asked me to videotape some things. It's also not necessarily my favorite on top of all the other things, but I feel like there's also grace on it. I feel grace on it too. So alrighty, that's it for today. See you tomorrow.